Good time zone artifacts. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Who's ready for the next big Arknights event? Big Arknights. I know I am. Can't remember if it's opened yet. I don't know how time zones are changing, I think. Guess I'll check. Very soon? Okay. Could not remember. I'd managed to log in earlier before maintenance started. It was a little surprising. Although I think I just got in as well. I did, but it's not out yet. Wild, okay. Fair enough. Close that, it's a little confusing. Actually, quick SSS run, I'm good. Actually don't know anything about this event. I'm going in completely blind. Not seen anything about it. Just that Jessica's in it. That's it. And the other, I guess, well, maybe they're in it. Not the other new characters might not be. Who knows? That's always like a 50-50 chance whether or not they appear. Maybe even like 40-60. But I do know is that one of the characters, besides Jessica, I believe is a new archetype, new sniper archetype. Shall we take a look? Yes. A new archetype called Hunter. This one's Cold Shot. You thought Ray was the first one? The first Hunter? I don't know who Ray is. Oh, she's another character. She's not out yet. Okay. But yeah, she is a hunter too. Wow. Well, yeah, cold shot. So I don't know what they've got a range like a lord, which interesting. Attacks require ammo, and they'll gradually refill ammo when I'm not attacking. How much ammo do they have? That's interesting. Okay. So they could run out of ammo and just not attack. I don't know about that one. After not attacking, next attack deals damage. Higher damage. Standard Y attack. Night of Drunken Revelry. Increases reload. Attack increased by 100%. Attack slow target for 1 second. So she doesn't actually do anything fancy. What is she? She's a 5-star. She doesn't do a lot for a 5-star. How much attack do they get? 900.5 attack at E2. So, I mean, almost 2,000 attack with her second skill. She's pretty good. Attack-wise. And, that damage buff for her talent is 1,200 attack damage. So she does a lot of attack. How much? What is her attack interval? 1.6 plus 8 seconds. Up to 8. If you run out of bullets, can you still attack? I would assume not. Although attacks, he says requires ammo, increases attack. So actually having the ammo also increases attack by 120%. So they actually, so they're like, I guess they're supposed to do a lot of damage, but they're not fast necessarily. They're just kind of heavy hitters. So 1,000 attack pretty much, while she has ammo. And if she doesn't have ammo, I don't know if she actually can attack. What does Ray do? She's a 6-star, so we might get a better idea of what they want from this class. Can deploy a sand beast, oh snap. Extends her attack range, oh snap. It's like Scotty. Attacking the same target, every attack increases attack. Fire an additional special bullet dealing damage, pushing the target. When Sand Beast retreats, recovers all bullets shot at the scouting area. Attack range expands. Doesn't say how much though. That one also changed it. Stops attacking until all bullets are reloaded. Massively reduced reload interval. Oh, they have a reload interval too. So minus 1.2 seconds on this skill. Interesting. They actually get their attack range does expand once one tile further outwards. Okay. Ray seems kind of cool. She definitely seems better. She can her skills help refill her ammo faster and stuff, which is certainly helps with damage, DPS. The Sand Beast deployment seems cool. Yeah, Cold Shot definitely is weaker of the two. She doesn't do anything really. Just has a high attack sometimes. I wonder what the reload speed normally is. Because Ray's ability decreases it by 1.2 seconds. Yeah, Cold Shot skill increases it by 0.8 seconds, which is not great idea. Yeah, Cold Shot doesn't seem that great. Which is kind of not surprising. I don't know. You'd think like the first character they release of a new class should be like a pretty good example of what they can be, but often they're not. And maybe that's because it's almost a prototype in a sense, and they're like, okay, now we know like what we can do. And so the next character is like the better version. But you'd think they'd try to make the first one a good example. And then I know the other character is a Hookmaster. I don't think she does anything fancy though. Like to like really make her stand out from all the other Hookmasters. Could be wrong though. I mean, when you have Gladia, you know. Although she's tied to an event specifically, so I guess not everyone's gonna be able to get her all the time. Yeah, pushers are easier to use. Typically. Yeah, there is a game update. Yeah, this new Almond is like Master Sheet. Her skill pulls people. Her talent regains some SP, which I guess means that she can pull people more often. But nothing crazy. it's loading. We're in. There we go. Limited crossover outfits. BSW Safe House, which I think I'm gonna buy, honestly. It's pretty cool. Compensation for maintenance that like didn't even happen. But thanks, I'll take it. Splendor Ascension. What am I supposed to do here? They're locked, I don't know. I did end up buying the nine-tailed deer outfit. It's pretty cool. We do have these ones. Should we buy? I like it. I don't have her. I don't know if I should buy it. Ling's pretty good, but also her other outfit's pretty good as well. That's a hard decision. Hard one. Was it live 2D? Yeah, it should have been because she's a limited character. They're always live 2D. Oh, this one's 21. Does that mean it's got... Is that only for live 2D, 21? I think so. Yeah, see, it's live 2D. Why is this filled up? What's going on here? La Pluma. Oh, she's got stuff now. Saga. Oh yeah, Saga got a second module. Makes her, improves her critical wounded thing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a tough choices if I buy either of those two skins. Franca skin. I mean, Franca, it's okay. I also would never use Franca, so. There are tickets I can buy before we invest. Just the gold ones. Okay. Jessica the Liberated. With her mobile shield. Increasing defense and attack. Attack range expands. Gains dodge. 75% dodge. He's Flametail. Attack range, attack interval, attack plus 300%. Flametail's 100 though. Flametail says she's 100. Fires a shell towards that, exploding, reaching a target or its max distance. Dealing physical damage, stunning for 6 seconds, which is a really long time. Oh, the shield's a taunt too. Did not know that. Didn't realize it was actually its own summonable thing. Although it only lasts for 50 seconds. Yeah, she changes direction after deployment. The next closest one would be like, I guess Enos, but not really at all in any way. But kind of, but not really. I'm not sure how useful changing directions will ever be. Except if you're fighting someone who can't be blocked, perhaps, and so she's facing them as they're walking towards her, and then now once they pass, you turn her around so she can continue to shoot them. That's my first thought. I'm sure there's people who have come up with wacky things, perhaps. Do I have tickets? I got 6 tickets. I guess we'll start with those. What else? Astas? The other raid up? Fascinating. Okay.
The name's Rope. Nice to meet you. Oh, here's your ID card.
Actually, no, that doesn't, yeah. I wish you could use your tickets as part of the 10 pool, even if they're not, even if you don't have 10 of them. It would be nice.
I'm scavenger. Leave the dirty work to me. Just pay me like my other employer.
Hi, I'm Spot from Operation Reserve Team A6. My job at...
Carnelian. The heck? You must be the doctor. I'm Carnelian, attendant of Count Hohenlohe. Oh, I'm just a normal operator here at Rhodes Island. Watch what you say around my sister, okay? Who? You know, Hohenlohe. World famous Count? Come on. Carnelian, that's cool. I did want her once upon a time. I don't know about nowadays, but...
Caster Stewart reporting in. I'm glad to be working with you.
This is Intern Hibiscus. From now on, I'll be in charge of managing yours and every operator's...
It is nice. I've been seeing so many new characters and getting new characters now that they've split the banner pools. Alright. Going in. 10 pull. Of course, we already got a 6-star, so it's gonna be a little bit. Five-star might be almonds, so we should wait.
前はモニカ、いや、今はインキャンデセンスって呼ぶべきか。とにかくそいつのボディーガードをやってた。ドクター、こんにちは。私、チェンさんに勧められてきたんだ。名前は。
I think those are the only two.
I am Ansel, a medical intern. I'll be assisting with surgery and internal medicine.
大将、どうも、ジェイと申します。星熊さんに勧められてロドスに来ました。
Max pot? I don't know. Maybe.
Show me your brightest smile, my esteemed customer. Happiness is at arm's reach.
はじめまして、ドクター、アリアと申します。あ、いえ、インディゴとも。君が訓練場のボス？ドクターって君の名前？でも君丈夫そうに見えない。はじめまして上官、4名消防署所属のショーです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, where's Colt? Colt shot, I think, is the event op. Welfare op. And she's, you know, new class. They like to give the new class for free. It seems. That seems to be the trend.
I salute you in true Snow Realm fashion. My code name is Matterhorn, and I am one of the gods.
Get out of here, Matterhorn.
こんにちは。あたしちゃんは BSW から交流派遣されてきたエンジニアだよ。アーモンドって呼んでね。
Pleased to meet you. An engineer Black Steel sent here on exchange. Call me Almond. Are you the doctor Jessica's always talking about? Let me get a good look at you. You seem fine and normal, I guess. What is she? A cat or a mouse? I can't tell.
A6 catapult reporting in. Hey, I can tell you're hella different from that stuffy old bit. I mean, that is.
Ugh. A Paro? What? No, that wasn't an option. Hey.
またお手伝いさせていただけるなんてすごく嬉しいです。はい。
Been a while since we last met, Doctor. I'm glad there's still something I can do for you. That's right. I've changed a lot. If you could find the time, I'd love to sit down with you and catch up. How long has it been? I mean, she looks like a few years older, I suppose. Very nice. Did not break bank. Got some extra characters. The Pluma, no, not max. 2 more for her on potential. Wow, this is my second Andriana ever? That's crazy. She's a chihuahua. Oh my gosh. That checks out. Yeah, so a rat, like I said.
Pleasure to meet ya. I'm the engineer Blacksteel sent here on exchange. Just call me Almond. Are you the doctor just...
Normal voice, nothing crazy. Carnelian. Does she have an English voice? No, she's not. Did I buy her outfit in the past? No, I did not. Couldn't remember if I ever did that. Well, you know, I don't know if I'll ever use her nowadays. Especially because it's like, well, if I use... What are they called? Phalanx casters? Well, there's also Ling, or Lin rather. But also, I don't like Lin. Maybe I would use Cornelia. Did I grind defense things? No, but luckily I have them. I always forget to do that. Yeah, she's certainly the next best choice. But yeah, I just don't use... Well, I've just not used Phalanx. I tried to use Beeswax when she first came out, because I did like the concept seemed cool, but I just never really did much after that. What it's Jessica. No, we're not gonna waste those. Just use blue. Come on.
I just dug up my old combat records, which proved to be pretty useful. Comparing my before and after, I at least know what mistakes I shouldn't be making again. Oh, I really looked like a bumbling idiot back then.
Alright, so it's canon. She's not a girl failure anymore. Okay.
I'm just glad to receive your acknowledgement, Doctor. The rewards are secondary.
Now, did I have tier 2 shit? No. Well, of course I have to make them. I'm not sure if I have the ability to make them. What is the attack range expansion on that skill? Why don't they ever show us? One day. We got summons being shown now. Maybe one day we'll see attack range expansion. Oh, it's a 3x2 square in front of her. Interesting. She becomes a, she has like pine cones range.
I just dug up my old combat records, which proved to be pretty useful. Comparing my before and after, I at least know what mistakes I shouldn't be making again. Ugh, I really looked like a bumbling idiot back then.
Alright. Do I have the stuff for E2? No. No, I don't, so we'll keep her for now. Yeah, they're not even out. She's E1 for now. Oh, snap. Shake or shack by the tower. Store, okay. Prize exchange office. Anemic platform. Good music. In the line of fire, everyone feels down on their luck, no matter where they come from. Just starting in a ruined city with a giant originum crystal sticking out of a building. Nice. They say there's going to be another attack in about half an hour. You want some water? Never mind, look how tense you are. You just throw it up anyway. Breathe, breathe, relax. Where are you from, girl? Colombia, huh? Ever heard of Davistown? No? That's a shame. It's a pretty neat place. Its route takes it around the eastern forests, and the winters are long and cold, but its plate is home to a mine. Keep its core energy tower burning the whole time. Just the heat generated from that keeps everyone warm all winter. It can get pretty hot indoors, but it's also cold outside, so no matter where you go, as soon as you open the door, you get puffs of white steam gushing out towards you, which condenses on your eyelashes like teardrops. You have to wipe them off quick or the kids inside will laugh at you. But that's okay. That's when you fight back. Lift them up by the armpits and toss them into the thick snowdrifts outside. Now you get to laugh at all the snow on their faces. Oh, piqued your interest. Yeah, it's a great place. Everyone wants to go see it for themselves, and I really want to go back and have a look too. Leon. Ugh. How is it so damn cold here? I don't get it. How the hell does this even happen? So goddamn cold. Hey, get your ass inside then. If you know it's cold, why are you complaining about it with the door open? I don't want to get the floor dirty. Oh, cold shots Helena. Okay. You say that like you can wipe your feet on the snow. Here, hot tea. Did she work at a diner? And then became a mercenary? Oh, that's hot. The floor is pretty dirty in the diner today, huh? If I'd known, I would have just walked in. We've got some heavy snow. Every time someone steps inside, it gets dirty again. I'll clean it up after closing. So what are you having? Beans? Bread? What kind of choice is that? It's all we have. If you'd rather have nothing, suit yourself. Can I get a little bit of both? Fine, seeing how you're my first customer without a few screws loose, I'll even throw in a scoop of butter on the house. Wow. Beans, bread, and butter. Elena. Now what? Why do you have mud on your chairs? Hey, you two, this ain't your home. Put your feet down. You talking to us, old man? Settle down, you two. You stay out of this. Don't be like that. Everyone's here for a hot meal. No need to get physical. Hey, why are you taking his side? Because I'd rather not see every little quarrel in this joint in a knife fight. Shut up or I'll knife you too. For the love of... Stay out of this, Elena. I'll teach these hoodlums a lesson. Your funeral. The ruffian takes his knife and steps forward, only for a dinner knife to fly at him from the opposite side and embed itself in the ground near his feet. You! Not another inch, boy. It's late. Go home to your mommy. Right back at you, woman! Before he can take another step, a second knife brushes past his cheek, lodges itself in the wall behind him. A few drops of fresh blood drip to the ground. My ear! Stop whining. It's still attached. But I can't promise it'll stay that way unless you scram. Now. The restaurant's proprietor turns around and takes a cloth off the rack to start wiping the bar. There is another knife wedged between her fingers. Shit. Forget it, let's go. We can get them back for this later. Here, your meal. Thanks. Ouch. That's hot. You're about the only person who can burn his tongue twice in one visit. Hey, I was starving. Haven't had a good meal all day, anyhow. Don't you think we're been getting more and more of these thugs in town? Probably because Woodrow's out searching for Miles, so they think nobody's gonna stop him. Miles sure knows how to be a pain in the neck. He left the plate without a word to look for fuel only to disappear without a trace. And now Woodrow's gotta go look for him. What choice did he have? We don't have enough fuel to go around. Besides, don't matter what he ran into. He can deal with anything, man or beast, in 3 seconds flat. But what if Woodrow's too late? Alright, enough yapping. Finish your bean stew. Oh, it's stew, it's not just beans. Fair enough. I'm just worried. Here's my last bit of butter. Now shut your trap, will you? Oh, you kids, you awake? There are maybe ambushers in the forest. The recon team's gone ahead to scout the area. If you need any fire support, we can't just be napping in transport. Get off your butts, pick up your gear, and cover yourselves. On the count of 3. Ah, my eyes. What's wrong? Was Franca the lethargic one or the non-lethargic one? It's the glare from the snow. I'm pretty sure I gave you a reminder of what to look out for when fighting in a snowfield. Where are your sunglasses? Guess I didn't think it through. Whatever. I'll have to make do with what I have on hand. How are things looking up ahead? Patience. The situation's a little tricky right now. The snow's too thick, so it's hard to spot any enemies in hiding. It'll take some time to pinpoint their location. Ah, this was supposed to be a power plant repair job. And now we've got to clear out bandits too. I guess I'll just think of it as charity work. What do you say, kids? Ready to go! Seems like my lackeys can't wait anymore. Captain, can we get in touch with the Davenstown, officers? They said they'll send someone to meet us at the entrance to the plate, but there's not much I can do in the way of combat support outside. Wow, such hospitality. Good to know I won't be getting lost in town at any rate. It's a clearly bankrupt mining platform. We can't task too much of them. They reported the power plant explosion and subsequent fuel leakage to the state government at the start of the year, but nobody cared. All things considered, they've dealt with it pretty well, so the pollution hasn't spread much, but the plant itself is almost beyond repair. Certainly more than the locals can handle. Hold up, at the start of the year? How come they're only contacting us now? You think a tiny municipality has the budget for that? They never spend a dime until they're out of options. At the time, the plant could still barely support the platform's movements. A few months ago, it stopped working entirely. Now I doubt it can provide its most basic function, heating. It's minus 14 degrees here. And colder at night. So it's all bad news, or... Based on the map, Davistown is just up ahead. You should see it as soon as you get out of the woods. Anything more exciting? Perfect timing. We've located all our targets. You can start clearing them out. Lovely. One last thing before I hop to it. Where are Jessica and Laura? You send them somewhere? The enemy camp. There's a local being held captive there. Without too many guards, it wasn't a good idea to send too big of a force. Okay, gotcha. I'll clean this up ASAP. So Davistown is a single plate. Is that our first like single plate city? Because most of the time cities are multiple plates, and then anything smaller than that's usually non-nomadic. But this is I guess like Mansfield is probably a single plate, but it's a jail. All right, it's a prison, but it's probably single plate. But this is like a small town. This is like a small mining town, but it's still a single plate nomadic city. Interesting. Hey, we've been hanging you here for an hour, old man. You thirsty? Need a sip of water? Sucks. Why does his beanie say that? If you ain't saying anything, then that means yes, right? Picks up a handful of snow from the ground. Here, have as much as you want. No need to thank me. Please let me go. I have nothing on me. What are you saying? It's so boring out here in the snow, and we finally run into you. It's been a while since I had some fun. Enough messing around. I'd like some peace and quiet, so hurry up and deal with him. You hear that, old man? You're so loud, you're bothering my buddy here. We gotta shut you up. Freak. Everyone's out ambushing the caravan, we're stuck here guarding the camp. And when they get back, they'll be loaded with loot, and we'll have to settle for the scraps. You telling me that you're okay with that? If you aren't going, I'll take care of him myself. What are you gonna do? Quiet, it'll be over soon. No. Yeah. Who's there? Who are you? Shasp, quiet. I'm gonna untie you. Keep your voice down and follow me. Can you do that? Oh, she's Laura, okay. Wasn't sure if Laura was Liskarm or... that was my first thought. I don't know if we know Liskarm's real name. But no, it's Almond. This is Laura, I've secured the hostage. How are things on your end? All done, but... Are you hurt? No, but my comms broke. It's fine, I can deal with it. Thanks. No need to thank me. Okay. Yeah, I'll take the hostage to the rendezvous point. See you later. Later. Yeah, I'm taking you with me. Coming at me head on, you're one brave fella. Yeah. That was the last one. Reporting in, Captain. All targets neutralized. Okay, we're getting ready to leave too. We should be rendezvousing with you in a few minutes. Wait here for Jessica and Laura. Hey, hello. What's going on over there? There's Liskarm. There's no need for comms at this distance. You just had to come back early, huh? Someone once told me that playing pranks after combat can help alleviate stress. Wow, you're getting better at this. I learned from the best. The weather's here is real temperamental, huh? It was all clear just earlier, but it's already starting to fog up. We've checked all your injuries, Mr. Miles. The bruise on your abdomen doesn't seem serious, but I suggest you visit a hospital as soon as you can. Hospital? Davistown hasn't had a hospital in a long, long time. Ah, good. We're heading to Davistown too. We can take you back. What are you folks up to there? Relax, sir. We're here. We were dispatched to help the plate restart its operations. We brought some fuel and supplies. It should be enough for the residents to last until the power plant is repaired. Y'all bring any technicians? The plan was already on its last legs. Without any technicians, the blasted weather's kill us the moment it goes out for good. Calm down, sir. I'm the lead technician on the team. Call me Laura. Nice to meet you. I'm Miles, a Davistown boiler worker. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So why'd you leave the plate? It's dangerous out here.
They're almost completely out of fuel, so I came up to try my luck, but if y'all are here to fix the plate, can we get going now?
1 second. Let me ask Jessica where she is. Laura really likes chihuahuas. She's got 3 chihuahua motifs. Jessica, it's Laura. You done there? Yeah, I'm all finished. Then hurry up and get over here. Hey, Jessica. Jessica? Laura, where are you? Well, I'm head over right now. Laura, hello? Hello? Why did the communicator have to break this down now of all times? Let me check the coordinates. Where's the camp? How come there isn't so much as a marker? Where am I? I'm not lost, am I? Calm down. Calm down. You're near Davistown. You aren't far from the plate. I guess I'll have to wait for the wind to stop. It's so cold. Maybe you all should have worn winter clothes instead of skirts and pants and shorts. Jessica breathes a sigh and puts her hand in her pocket. Her fingers feel the velvet pouch in her bag, as well as the small, hard object inside. She takes out the pouch and pours out its contents. Reporting. Oh snap, look at this guy. Cliff. You, huh? Yeah, Captain Liscar encountered a windstorm on her way back and hasn't been able to return to the land ship. I'm standing in for her for debriefing. Have you received the Davistown mission notice? Yes, sir. What about the details? Have you read it over yet? Do we know him? No. But he looks cool. Yeah, we'll be heading to Davistown, a mining platform with a small residential area. The platform is currently stranded in the forests of eastern Colombia due to a power plant explosion. Our mission is to repair the plant and restore the plate's mobility. Good. If I remember correctly, the supplies were issued today. What about the follow-up arrangements? Well, that's all said in our orders. Never mind. There's no harm in telling you. As soon as Davistown returns to its original route, Fort Barron will be there to tow it to a nearby nomadic city for merging and salvage. Why are you telling me this? Jessica, ever since you got back from Victoria, you haven't been putting in as much effort as before. Sir, I'm not sure that's a fair appraisal. I've been giving it my all in every mission and have fulfilled every mission objective. Just last month, you refused an order to evacuate an area polluted with oranginium dust. There was someone nearby who needed rescuing. Half a year ago, during an assault operation, you violated your superior's order and specifically chose a route away from the residential areas. Your entire team almost got caught up in an unnecessary battle. The original plan would have caused significant damage to the local residences, and A year ago. So there's been like 3 incidences a year apart. Like it's a little harsh in the judgment there. A year ago, when you had just returned from Victoria, you immediately charged into the command center. If you'd been carrying a firearm, I would have thought you were mutinying. Sorry, sir, I wasn't able to control my emotions, but hundreds of Victorian citizens were. I understand your anger, but have you ever considered what would have happened if we hadn't evacuated as soon as possible? If a duke were to find out that Black Steel, a Colombian company, was in the area? To the countries involved, this would have sparked a conflict. But to normal folks, we'd call that a disaster. Well, that does make sense when you put it like that, but well, what does this have to do with our upcoming mission? I'm just trying to remind you to avoid making the same mistake you made in Victoria. The same mistake? What do you mean exactly? Also, I just realized he's a Sancta wearing a hat. He's so powerful. He might be the most powerful Sancta there is. And while you're at it, take this pouch. Give what's inside to a man from Davistown named Woodrow Bianchi. Could you describe him at all? Like his features or race or... No need. You'll know who he is the moment you see him. Sir, I don't understand. It's just a power plant repair. Why? Let me remind you, Jessica, you're a mercenary. This is about business, not duty. Now go. Jessica picks up the bullet that fell from the pouch and holds it under the sunlight to examine it. A bullet. Ramed cartridge, .44. And there's a pattern etched into the bottom. No, it's too faint. I can't make it out. Sancta ammo. Looks pretty much like the etched ammo we use at Black Steel. The casing is rusted, and the surface's copper has browned. Even under the direct sunlight, there is hardly any luster. Jessica breathes a sigh and puts it back inside the pouch. I make the same mistakes I made in Victoria. What's going on in Davistown? Suddenly she hears a sound that isn't the wind. Don't move, girl. Not unless you want a bullet through the chest. What is going on in Davistown? She has to deliver a bullet to Woodrow. And even though they're going to repair the power plant, they're going to scrap the plate afterwards. Sounds like some kind of government cover-up. In a lonely place, preserving one's dignity is rarely an easy feat. Got a bunch of new characters, I guess we'll just all try out.
Take these weapons and tools. We need
Python.
extra hacks.
Jessica. Which one do we want? Attack plus 55 increases defense of self and right shield by 55 and increases duration by 20 seconds. Unlimited duration. Attack range expands, 60% attack, reduces it significantly, and then dodge. We'll do cover defense for now.
Come in, Commander. This is Jessica. On the line and ready to roll.
She sounds so much cooler than I make her sound. Who else? Is there anyone else that we got? I haven't actually upgraded Arknights, so can't use her. Haven't upgraded Gnosis if I do that. Well, I guess that's good for now. The boss will use the bullet against us. That'd be actually really cool. In a panic, Jessica reaches for the handgun at her waist, but fear keeps her fingers saddled atop the holster, unable to bend. Is that what that is? A holster? It looks like it's just tucked in her belt. She smells something vaguely rank upon the wind. Don't do anything rash now. And she's dead. Rest in peace, Jessica. From the thicket, a hunter walks into Jessica's line of sight, smoking gun in hand with a wide brim hat covering his eyes. She turns and looks behind her to see the body of a wild beast lying in the snow, blood still flowing from the wound in its head. Seasoned hunter. Another Sancta with a hat. Are Colombian Sanctas just more powerful than other Sanctas? They don't care about hats. You ought to keep your wits about you out here. Yes, thank you for saving me. Just passing by. The elderly man stows his gun and walks straight towards the beast's body. He draws a knife and slices open its stomach, clean and precise to keep the blood from spilling out. Wait, so was this the guy? Did this guy point a gun at her but was actually going to shoot a beast? Or is the beast the one with the gun? He sticks both hands into its belly and lets out a long sigh. It's so damn cold around here. I'm not going to be able to do that voice for long. I'm going to switch it. Excuse me, sir, but are you a local hunter? I suppose so. Do you know how to get to Davistown? The hell are you going there for? Yeah, I'm meeting up with my teammates.
You ain't alone.
Well, my teammates split up to rescue a hostage from some bandits, but afterwards broke my communicator and got lost in the woods.
A hostage? Who?
An elderly Forte man.
Didn't expect it'd be you people. Alright, follow me.
Oh, where are we going?
Didn't you say you were heading to for Davistown?
But...
Don't say I didn't offer.
The old man pays her no more heed. He stands up to sling the carcass over his shoulders and briskly walks deeper into the forest. Wait up!
You sure about leaving Jessica all alone out here? I know you're worried, and so am I. But fighting by her side for so many years, I trust that she's perfectly capable of handling herself. I'm just worried there are some more bandits out here. A couple of stragglers, sure, but what if they've got a whole band of reinforcements? Jessica's been through much worse than a bunch of thugs. Whether it's whether it's a rain of arrows whizzing past her scalp, blades nicking her throat, our surroundings choked with active originium, or even a single crack in her protective gear would be immediately evident. Each and every time she completes the mission, without our support and without the company's supervision. She may be on her own, but she never fails to deliver results. I can't deny that. But I'm sure you also know that she comes back every time with red, swollen eyes. So before she returns, someone has to be there for her when she's bawling her eyes out, right? What do those puffy eyes mean? They mean that she's wiped her tears before coming to see us. Doesn't want anyone to see her crying. Yeah, she's only 23. Yes, 23. And 2.5 of those last 3 years have been spent on the battlefield.
Jessica's 23. Yeah, excuse me, but did an explosion just go off nearby?
Nope.
I could have swore I heard something. I'm pretty sure it wasn't my imagination.
It was a tree, not an explosion.
The tree?
If it gets too cold in the forest, the sap inside expands and it freezes, causing the trunk to burst.
From a distance, it sounded like a bit of a firefight.
What are you, anyway? A soldier? A merc?
I've been a mercenary for almost 5 years now.
Family in debt or something?
No, I just didn't want to always be sheltered by my family name. I don't want to follow the path they laid out for me.
So you went and became a merc?
Yes.
Huh. So what are you looking for out on the battlefield? Fame, fortune, or glory?
None of the above. I want to eliminate crises and resolve conflicts and protect those in dangerous situations.
Huh. So there's mercs who do that kind of stuff. That's news to me.
Yeah. So, sir, we're no ordinary mercenary group. We're
Let me remind you, Jessica, you're a mercenary. This is about business, not duty. Alright, enough of that. Don't give me your whole spiel.
Sorry to bother you two, but are you talking about that seasoned mercenary with 5 years of combat experience? Yeah. Why, got anything to add, Laura? You two have worked with Jessica for longer than me, so you've got a so much better grasp for her abilities and limitations than I do, right? What, so you think she can handle it on her own? Of course, Captain Lisgarmer's right. She's been to far more dangerous places over the last 3 years. Well, I can't help but worry when I think about that crybaby side of her. We all know she's going to be perfectly fine, am I wrong?
She doesn't know that.
Yeah, she's the only one. But maybe she just needs a chance. One chance to see her own worth.
And you're saying that this is her opportunity?
I wouldn't go that far. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
You're awfully noisy, young girl.
I didn't mean to bother you, but if you could please take a look over there. Jessica points to a trap next to a tree in the distance. There, a beast cub's forelimbs are tightly clamped between metal teeth. The cub whines as blood seeps out from the trap's steel bite. After the old hunter takes notice, he sets down the beast carcass, walks over to the tree, unties a trap, and frees the cub. It's just a cub. Yeah, maybe we could let it go. If its mother is in the area, we could take a quick look around. Well, also, I heard that during the winter, hunters will often let mothers and cubs go so that the pack can reproduce.
Its mother is right here.
You mean the beast you just killed?
I've seen the female with her cubs a few times before. Now, the mother's been shot to death and the cub stepped in some sloppily placed trap. So its pelt's all ruined.
So what should we do with it?
Wring its neck, put it out of its misery.
How could you say that?
What else? It won't last long on a broken leg with no mother. You want to leave it to die a slow death? You won't hear me complaining.
So there's no way for it to survive?
Nope.
There is one way. You could adopt it. Could you please hand it to me then?
You want to finish the job? Be my guest.
Sure. Yeah, shush. Yeah, he'll be alright, little fella. Yeah, everything will be alright. Jessica holds the cub in her arms and gently runs her fingers down its fur. She doesn't do anything else. She patiently waits for the cub's whines to gradually fade away until they disappear completely. Yeah, I couldn't save it, but at least I can let it go in a warm embrace.
Mercs do hospice care, huh? That's another first for me.
Do you mind if I leave it here? I think the mother is a good enough catch on its own.
What, you want me to bury it for you too? Hold a funeral while we're at it?
No, every animal's hungry. Every animal in the forest is hungry during the winter. If we leave it here, maybe one of them can have a good meal. I might be a bit softy, but that doesn't mean I'm completely oblivious.
If you get it, then try and keep up, Miss Mercenary. I'm guessing you don't want to get lost in the woods again. The winds cleared the fog. Sir, did you bring us here just to get a view of Davistown? When I was little, I loved running to the high places near the plate, just to get a good look at the town I lived in. What was it like back then? Livelier, more glamorous, more full of life. As for now, well, there's no going back, no turning back the clock. Yeah. It's freaking cold. Can't believe they shipped us off to a place like this. That was not her accent, but whatever. Franca, what's on your mind? I was just thinking about Jessica again. What about her? Didn't you say you weren't worried? I was just thinking about that opportunity we were talking about. Oh, you mean the chance for her to see her own worth? Who knows, maybe one day it'll come to her in a gust of wind, a freaking cold one, so cold it makes her shiver all over. But it'll sweep away all the fog before her eyes, and everything will become as clear as day. I just hope that she sees it then. Won't be anything like that won't be anything like what we're looking at. Oh, neat. Amidst a dispersing fog, huge tracks formed of fallen trees and broken branches can be seen winding down the hillside towards the center of the valley. At the end is the abandoned plate. Despite the distance, everyone can clearly see an energy tower rising from the middle of it, feebly wheezing out puffy white breaths. Like a dying patient struggling for air. They're gonna have to dig out the plate, because I feel like that would take a while. Been sitting there in the snow. But maybe it can just plow through it. Maybe it's powerful enough to just plow right through it.
Arachnium, are you to blame for this battle?
Kill a military gangster. Energy capacity 10. What do we think that means?
I'm headed into the thick of it.
Her sprite still looks really sad. She sounds cooler, more mature, but she still looks sad.
In position. Don't come any closer.
Oh snap, she just pulls out an assault rifle with this skill? That's cool. Very cool. We need more gun characters. I mean, we need more tactical characters.
välja vårt byte.
Typhon's spawn animation is really cool too, actually. Blocker increases the resistance of surrounding enemies. Fascinating.
What do you need of me? Get out of my home!
Let's see what this is. Oh, it's just like a shield. Okay.
In position. Be advised. Target eliminated. Roger, Wilco.
She says Roger Rocco. Get out of here.
What do you need of me? Tune into your shadow.
Wow, 3 new enemies in one level, huh? Radioactive Originum Slug. Deals arts damage and explodes upon death, causing enemies on the field to gain 1 energy. Do you like new slugs? Cool to see a new spider slug. I don't think we've gotten one of those ever, really. It's always just the ice or the fire ones.
In position.
Oh, I saw an energy bar on that guy. So what does that do, I wonder? I'll find out one day. Yeah, Helena. Ain't it way too cold in here today? Almost out of charcoal. Have to save some for later. Just burn that mountain of bills piling up at my place. The bank's just gonna send more anyway. Did you catch a cold? Come on, let's swing around to my place and grab a stack of that waste paper. Why do you think I'm coughing? Not in front of her. Oh, if it ain't Sylvia! Good morning, Mr. Theremin. What brings someone from the bank out here to our shabby little establishment? Something wrong? Sorry. This place has a bank? I can't, for some reason, I've lost Elena's voice. Leone, I ain't seen Benny in a while. What's the kid been up to?
Busy with his studies, got his nose in a book till dawn every night.
Didn't the school close down a while ago?
Our neighbor, Miss Selena, used to be a school teacher. She reckoned it'd be a real shame for Benny to miss out on all that book learning, so she's been letting him study at her place.
Huh, good for him. Benny's always been a smart kid, and he was real shook when he learned he won't be able to go to school anymore.
Yeah, he was so anxious that whole year.
Mr. Theremin, actually, I could teach Benny too. Oh, right, you graduated from the best business school in Columbia.
And what's he supposed to learn from you? How to become a banker so he can bury people in bills when he grows up?
Leon, eat your damn breakfast before it freezes over.
Huh.
I need to get to work, so I'll be leaving now. I'll leave the money on the table. You know she ain't responsible for any of the loans here in Davistown, right? What are you giving her lip for?
Then let her have a heart-to-heart with the others. They'll be even harsher, I guarantee it.
But still, we watched her grow up.
That's exactly why. It pisses me off even more.
Guy really hates banks. Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am. I hope we're not too late. Oh, hello. It's fine, you're not that late at all, actually. I assume she's a little berry. I guess those are feathers. I'm not sure, though. I think they are, though. What would you like me to call you? You can call me, Achoo. What a weird name. How long have you been standing here, ma'am? Since this morning. The message only said you'd be arriving today, but not at the specific time. But it's already afternoon. You've been standing here this whole time. Yes. 3 hours ago, we sent a notification to the plate, updating them on our ETA. I didn't get anything of the sort. That's weird. Who sent you? The manager. Manager, huh? That's not a title I'm used to hearing in government work. Actually, I'm not from the government. I work at the local bank. So when is the bank in charge of this? I'm actually, well, Davistown is, We're here, Captain Liskar. Is this woman the one in charge of our reception?
Wait, Sylvia? They sent you out here for this?
Yeah, that's right, sir. Hey, old man. Any idea why the government sent a banker to pick us up instead?
You'd best ask the bank directly. I ain't gonna be able to explain all the twists and turns.
Alright then. Franca, go ahead and take the gentleman home. And while you're at it, take a walk around Davistown to get a better grasp of the situation here. Understood. Laura, bring the others with you and find a good place for a safe house where we can securely store our supplies and vehicles. If you manage to get a hold of Jessica, report it to me right away. Got it. Sylvia and I will head to the bank to find out what exactly is going on here.
That's our teacher's pet for you. Thanks for volunteering for the hard part. Where should we go? Where should we regroup once it's all finished?
Y'all can meet up at the only diner still open in town. It's right by the only road to the mine, run by a real nice lady named Helena. And if this Jessica of yours finds her way into town, I reckon that's where she'll end up too.
It's decided then. The bank's right up ahead, miss. People have been avoiding us the whole way here. Had I known, I'd have asked Franca to take my equipment back with her first. No, that's not why.
Hey, you asshole! You run into someone and don't even apologize?
It's over. Sir, are you okay?
It's all over.
Sir? Sir, what happened?
What's going on? He looks like his soul has left his body. Where's he going?
Reunion.
Do you recognize him, Sylvia?
No, let's, head to the bank first.
Along with the rapid development of pioneer settlements, nomadic plates, both large and small, have also been springing up. But at the time, very few financial institutions in Colombia were specialized in pioneering. After looking deeply into the living conditions of the countless pioneers on the frontier's edge, our founder decided to plant his roots alongside them and establish the first bank to provide practical financial support to the lower and middle classes. He prided himself in building trust, showing kindness, and doing his best to provide attentive service to everyone who walked through his doors in the rough and tumble frontier. It wasn't long before his hard work and empathy won him wide recognition. Then we began forming close and fruitful partnerships with local governments, working together with mining and pioneering companies to help them flourish and expand rapidly into settlements just like Davistown.
Quite a legend, wouldn't you agree? And who might you be?
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Miss Liskarm. I'm this bank's manager. My sincerest apologies for not being able to welcome you in person earlier.
We are aware of the problems facing Davistown. A few inconveniences are to be expected, however.
No need to be reserved. Feel free to speak your mind.
We are planning a liaison with the local government, not a bank. What exactly happened to the government here?
Sylvia did not explain the situation.
Manager,
Sylvia stood in the cold for the better part of the day. If you ask me, what she needs right now is hot water and a blanket.
Of course, Sylvia, take the day off to go home and get some rest.
Okay, I'll see you later then, miss.
Oh, Sylvie.
Miss Liskarm, if there's anything else you need, please let me know. Resources are scarce on this plate, but we all will do everything in our power to accommodate you.
I appreciate the sentiment, but please don't try and change the subject. Why is it that Blacksteel's client was the local government, but we're being greeted by your bank's employees? Why are there heads of the local government? Where are the heads of the local government agencies?
Please come with me.
Ring ring. You're telling me that your government's officials are in the bank's garage? Garage? Why did I say garage? Garage?
During last year's
bankruptcy liquidation. Local government cut most of their departments and laid off most of their employees, but that wasn't enough to pay off the massive debts they still held. In the end, the remaining government buildings were put up for auction as well. What about the mayor, then? Where is he? Unfortunately, after the last mayor ran off with hardly a penny to his name, the townsfolk never found a suitable candidate to replace him. As you can see, all that remains today is the mayor's secretary and a few temporary employees. It's okay. If the bank hadn't generously provided us with free office space, we'd be out on the streets. It's just the right thing to do. Besides, it's nothing compared to what you've been through. Seeing as the government is still functioning, can we... No. I mean, as much as we'd like to help you, we simply don't have the manpower to support your work. Then who's in charge of the matters concerning our jobs here? We've given full authority over to that woman standing next to you. Go to her for anything you might need. Absolutely, my door is always open. I certainly hope you can issue a formal document showing this authorization. Mr. Secretary, when can she expect that document? I'll have it ready up right away. The official seal somehow went missing yesterday, so I've sent someone to look for it. Thank you. Now then, I'm very much looking forward to a mutually beneficial partnership. I'll show you to my office. Try not to dawdle, as we have many things to discuss before our work begins in earnest. Sure. Just wait a moment, ma'am. What is it now? Well, it's been way too cold in here recently. Would you mind turning up the heat in the garage a smidge? Everyone's freezing down here. Of course. I'll always do my best to accommodate your needs. Have you and your teammates decided on a rendezvous point? No, but it'll be different. It'll be fine. I'll find somewhere to wait for them on my own. Not you. There's a fine diner in Davistown. Waiting there. Where is it? You don't need to take me there. General directions should be fine. Forget it. Just come with me. Reunion. Huh? Is he one of the plate's residents? He is? That man. Why doesn't he have anything with him? Excuse me, sir. Where are you going? Hello? Are you leaving the plate? It's not safe out here. Over here. I'm talking to you. Look, over here. Can you hear me? Sir? Sir? The man doesn't respond to Jessica's calls and simply continues shuffling towards the snow in silence. In front of him, the vast white stretches far into the distance, blending into the dark, ashen sky. From Jessica's perspective, the vast snowfield gradually squeezes the man into a pale blue line. After a short while, he shrinks into a small dot, then finally disappears into the white. Nothing remains to prove he was ever there, save for the tracks he left behind. Are you coming or not? I'll be right there. I'm back, Helena. Woody, about time. Wait, where's Miles? He was rescued by this girl's friends. Who are you?
She's a merc I met on the way. Her communicator broke, and she got separated from her teammates, so I brought her into town to wait for them. Mind if I that's not... Mind if I take a look at the communicator? Might be able to fix it up for you.
Here, sorry to bother you like this.
No problem, you guys saved Miles, so that's what's a little communicator between friends.
That said, why come here of all places? That's not her voice. I don't know why I can't do that voice anymore. We received a commission from the local government to help Davistown restore its power facilities and get the plate back onto its navigation route.
Hold on, girl. Could you repeat that? Restore our power facilities? You ain't pulling my leg, are you?
Okay, I gotta practice this. You should see the goofy grin on your face. You should see that. No. You should see the goofy grin on your face. Young lady, regardless of why you're here and your companions, thank you so much for rescuing Miles. I've been so worried I can't sleep a wink in days.
Alright, all's well that ends well. Then got anything to eat?
Don't have nothing ready, but looks like you brought something back for me.
Alright.
A mother beast. Sorry, it was my fault.
No use fretting over something like that this time of year. Nothing beats meat.
Fair enough. Okay, you two, sit your butts down and grab something to drink. I'll prepare the meal. Hey, why are you getting up to leave? Weren't you gonna eat?
Change of plans.
Sir, how badly damaged is the communicator?
Nothing serious. Come on. Let's go take a look at around my workshop. I might be some spare parts we can use.
Stop tinkering for a second and give this a try.
Deep fried? Now this is the good stuff. But this definitely ain't enough for everyone.
If you're worried about that, then stop scoffing it all down. The poor girl still ain't had a piece. It's totally fine. He helped me fix my communicator, so he deserves to eat his fill. That barely counts for anything. It's so cold around these parts, we all gotta help each other out, just to get by. Give us a holler if you ever need anything. Thank you, I appreciate it, ma'am. But by the way, what happened to... I happened to see someone in a ways out from the plate. He wasn't carrying anything and wouldn't respond to any of my calls, and he just kept walking deeper and deeper into the snow until I couldn't see him anymore. Did something happen to him? You're a guest here, young lady. Don't you worry your pretty little head over stuff like that and just fill your tummy first, okay? Well, then would you mind if I asked you two about someone else?
Kids these days barely stepped on the plate and already so many questions. All right, fine, ask away.
I wanted to know about a man named Woodrow Bianchi.
Who?
Sorry, I guess you're not familiar with him. I'll try asking someone else.
No, that ain't the problem. You sure you aren't confused?
Woodrow's the man who brought you here, though. Yeah. Jessica wasn't listening. Helena called him Woody when he walked in.
This is barely a pass mark by LGV standards. But if you manage to keep this up, I guess I could still commend you.
City Heat. There are many ways to test new inventions in Columbia, such as using someone who won't be missed. Oh. Oh. Waste Heat Vent deals arts damage to both enemies and allies and reduces movement speed of enemies, but will charge their energy. You think that guy was like suffering because we have the radioactive slugs? You think that guy's got like radiation poisoning? And he's like, I don't know, delusional and wandering out into the forest.
On standby.
Look, Scarm, check out this old-fashioned waste heat vent. Look, I'm warming it up. Is that what you call that? It really is heating up from the energy of your attacks. Frank, we need to collect more data on local equipment and enemies for future operations. No biggie, just leave it to me. When the heat vent reaches critical temperatures, it will activate, dissipating the accumulated heat in a straight line in front of it, dealing continuous arts damage to all units and slowing enemies in range. But the emitted heat will also charge the enemy's heat amplifying equipment, gradually increasing their attack and defense as their energy charges up. Oh, okay. Well, let's get a medic on our operators ASAP. Enemies will enter the overload state once fully charged, greatly increasing their ASPD attack or defense and resistance. Wow, I'd expect no less from our teacher's pad, completely blocking such a rapid assault. There's no way they can maintain that state for long, so I'll take on all their attacks. Interesting. Seems like they'll lose all their energy when overload runs out. Enemies with no energy will lose all their attack and defense buffs, so it's best time to strike back. Operator Jessica here to provide support. Interesting. So when they're charging up, they get more attack, and then when they are fully loaded, they become tankier as well.
One bullet each.
You'll pay for that.
Restores SP upon being attacked. Does it restore to the attacker, or does it restore to everyone in its range?
manage to protect everyone by myself?
A wild infected creature that accidentally consumed too much industrial waste, causing it to leak arts energy upon death. These low intelligence creatures are easily manipulated by enemy casters, launch swarming attacks on man-made facilities. Okay. A gangster hired to sow chaos, often picking fights. Their employer has provided them with an experimental thermal amplification device. Yeah, so they have 10 energy, or they have a capacity of 10, I guess. Okay. So they can get 10 stacks of their buff. An unmanned drone controlled by enemy forces capable of interfering with original arts. They mostly play a supportive role and lack direct offensive capability. I see. Double indemnity. Repairing something old means willfully choosing to bear the burden of time. Proceed with caution. Well, what? Hey, Jessica, where are you going? I need to go to find him. Jessica? Franca, Laura? What are you doing here? Reporting in, I've confirmed Jessica's location. She was, in fact, at said diner, and her lips are currently covered in oil. Best guess is that she's been getting acquainted with the menu. Understood. I'm just about finished on my end as well. Took you long enough, teacher's pet. We were starving out here. It is hard to find this place. It's in the middle of nowhere. Well, whatever. Let's just find something to tide us over. Miss, I'm extremely grateful you brought Miles home, but if you're gonna complain about my cooking, that's a different matter. Complain? What's there to complain about in this weather? Isn't that right, Laura? Yeah, of course. It's absolutely delicious. Better than anything my mom or grandma ever made, that's for sure. Good to hear there's still folks out there who appreciate the craft. So, what do they do for a living, sweetie? Are they cooks? My mom's a doctor and my grandma's an engineer. Neither of them know their way around a kitchen, so my dad did all the cooking. Hey, don't you think you're enjoying that a little too much? Whoa, easy there. I'm eating, see? I'm eating. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have anything to drink? I'd like a glass of water.
Sure thing. Just a moment. Picking up a random empty glass on the table, the restaurant owner throws open the window and scoops up a cup full of thick snow. Give it a bit of... Lost it again. Give it time to melt, then it'll be drinkable. You should probably boil it first. It's dirt. Like, it's... You can't just... I mean... You can't just feed your customers snow off the ground. By the way, Captain, did you find out why we met up with someone from the bank? The government here is barely functioning and doesn't have the capacity to interface with us, so they left the matter entirely to the bank. They left it to who? Well, what did the folks at the bank say? It roughly boils down to two things. We'll have their full support and the details will be discussed at a later date. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. But you're not the type to come here to eat our sours away, right? They're lacking in supplies and manpower, but they do have money. They have nothing left. I guess they are low on heating supplies, but still. Still, at least, like, I don't know, use a filter or something. Money's the one thing we're not short on, though. That said, assuming the bank keeps their word, what do you think about hiring on a few of the locals? Ever since the power plant incident, most of the people on this plate have chosen to leave. It's hard to say how many able-bodied workers are left. That explains how few lights are on outside. It's barely 8 o'clock. To be honest, we don't need that many people either. I can handle the repair work with just my team. What we really need is someone with a deep understanding of the situation in the energy tower. Is the bank offering any good candidates? Nope.
About that,
Yes, sir?
I was so busy fixing up your communicator I almost forgot to introduce myself. The name's Leon Theremin, a blast engineer from the local mine. Pleased to meet you.
A blast engineer from the mine. Why are you still here after all this time?
A few of us stubborn old farts refuse to leave. I've been in this mine ever since I was 4.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't know how to live anywhere else. When the plate first started having problems back then, I took a team down there to deal with it. Though we never managed to fix it entirely, we did get it up and running for a good while.
Oops. I'm impressed. It's still working to this day.
That's all in the past now. Nothing worth mentioning. But how would I be paid for this exactly?
Oh, that. The compensation's supposed to be completed ASAP, so we're not paid per diem. Only the required room and board expenses are covered. After the plant is repaired, we'll be paid in a lump sum. The faster we get it done, the bigger the reward. Of course, we can also offer you a portion of the payment in advance in the interest of cooperation.
And how much we talking here?
You'll be treated as a consultant. If we can get the job done in 2 months, you'll get 40,000. In a month, twice that. In a week, twice that again. A bit more than that. You'll be able to earn yourself a solid 20 or 200 grand. Deal. Didn't even think twice, huh? I ain't turning down 200 grand. That was a good amount of money. Sure, but where would you even spend that kind of cash here? Depends on how old you are. For a young guy, 200 grand is enough to eat, drink, and play with it to your heart's content. But when you're my age, it's just another drop in the bucket called debt. Dad, are you in debt? Not just me, everyone in here is in debt. Ugh. How would I put this? Well, I'll just give it to you straight. You asked about a guy who walked out into the snowfield earlier, right? It's probably because of his debts. That kind of stuff happens all the time here. After being forced into bankruptcy, he had no choice but to
walk straight into the snowfield with nothing on him. What are the odds he's still alive? I knew I should have stopped him. If we go look for him, can we still save him?
That ain't even worth thinking about. It's too late.
It's not your fault, Jessica.
So, Laura, is there anything
you'd like to discuss with Mr. Fairman?
All right, okay. Well, come back here tomorrow to meet up with us, sir. If you have any materials, bring them with you too.
All right, no problem. I'll know a few miners too. They can also...
That won't be necessary. You're enough.
Don't be like that. Can't hurt to recruit a few more. Put yourself in our shoes. Well, all the able-bodied folks are gone, and the only people left are old farts like me.
Thanks for coming to see me, Benny. I'll be fine, though, so you head home.
Stay out of any later. And Leonin's gonna be worried sick about you again.
I haven't finished my writing exercises. Besides, I don't want to go home. Dad is... Never mind.
I know Leon's got a bit of a temper, but even after all these years, his feelings for you have never...
I understand all that, but...
You warm enough? Should I throw a few more logs on the fire?
Don't worry, it's fine. By the way, about those people you who brought you home. Was that the same Black Steel squad that rescued you?
Yep. They're here to help us fix the energy tower. And it's all up and running. And the heat's working again. We won't even need this fireplace.
But even if the tower can be fixed, that doesn't mean the plate will come back to life.
You're gonna go bald early if you keep worrying about crap like that.
Someone has to worry about it because Dad sure won't. And who else is going to? There was Carl, but he's gone now too.
Benny.
Miles, you there, Miles? Thank goodness. I found us a great job. We can fix up the power plant and make piles of cash while we're at it.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Oh, you're here, Benny. Well, you can stay and keep studying. I need to take Miles and go meet those Black Steel girls.
I already met them. They're the ones who rescued me.
Ah, me and my memory.
Did you ask about, did you already ask the others?
I asked all over town. They were already gone, or getting ready to leave, or have it given up altogether. You and I are the only ones still willing to put in the work on that plant.
Safe house isn't expected to be completely ready for use until tomorrow night, so we'll be establishing this as our temporary rendezvous point. Laura, as of tomorrow, the engineering team will be under your command. We must restore this plant's mobility as soon as possible.
No problemo.
As for Franca and Jessica, I have some odd jobs for the two of you. I need one person to come with me to pay the bank another visit, and the other needs to head to the outskirts of the plant to make a security assessment. Employees from the bank have said that bandits occasionally come out there.
Can I volunteer to head to the outskirts?
Sure, why not? Which means I'm going to go with old Liscom here to see just how big of a headache these bank people can be.
Yeah, everyone, please note that while most of the tower is basically safe due to the active originium dust settling down over a long period of time, there are still areas where the index exceeds standard values. I've already synced your devices with the specific danger zones. This will be a hot repair, as the tower is still in operation, albeit at low output, so please pay attention to your personal safety and report any accidents ASAP. Thanks, you two. You saved us a lot of time poking around at the danger zones one by one.
I've worked here most of my life. This place is more my home than that crappy room in the underpass.
Then sorry in advance for making it a bit of a mess.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
It's so badly damaged. It's still burning. This is practically a miracle.
Miles and I reinforced the furnace a few years back, both to prevent accidents and to let it burn things other than oranginium fuel. The first time a winter like this struck, we still had some leftover oranginium products laying around, but later, we were lucky to have wood to burn.
As for now, all we can do is assess the situation. Team A is in place. Everyone else, report your locations and status. We'll begin diagnostics in 1 minute. Team B in place. Visual inspection shows proximity 30% damage to the combined cycle unit. Team C in place. The cooling system is completely wrecked, but since it's so cold outside, we can throw together a makeshift air cooling system. Team D in place. The ash discharge air duct is operating normally. We'll adjust our pace depending on the other team's needs. Well then, everyone, let's get to work. Yeah, Captain, I've arrived to the last patrol point.
Any signs of bandits along the way?
No, I drove all the way out here without seeing anything. Frank and I
will be entering the talks to the bank shortly. Be careful. If you encounter any problems, contact us immediately. Don't worry about inconveniencing us. Do you understand?
Roger that. Elena said that Woodrow often passes by here after hunting. I don't know if I'll be able to meet him today. Why does it smell like pine oil here? Pine branches? Did someone start a fire? Well, someone's been through here, but who? Could it be Woodrow coming back to the plate? Woodrow, wait for me. Someone else is back there. Oh no! Woodrow, watch out! Who's there? Well, shit. You've brought more mad news.
What are you doing out here?
Sir, there might be more bandits roaming in the area. You should head back to the safety on the plate as soon as you can. Why do you look so angry?
You sure know how to be a pain in the rear.
But that man behind you just tried to snipe you. I came here to save you.
You know any idea how hard it was to lure that guy out? And now, all that evidence is down the drain thanks to your bullet.
Oh no, sorry, are you investigating something? Maybe I could help you somehow to make up for it.
Okay, now that you know there are bandits out here, ever thought about what they might be after?
Probably looting supplies, since it's tough getting any by around here.
We can barely keep ourselves fed and clothed on the plate. You think they want our scraps? Their MO is to ambush and rob caravans.
And then what are they after here?
Lately, a bunch of people from the plate have gone missing, and my witnesses tell me some of them have been talking with the bandits here before they vanished. So my question to you is this: what are you doing here?
I was assigned to maintain security along the plate's outskirts and ensure that any bandits wandering the perimeter don't interfere with the power plant's repair.
All on your lonesome.
No, I have teammates. Besides, aren't you also here?
Whatever. Bye.
Okay, bye. Wait, the bullet! Oh, he's already gone. How could he be gone that fast? Man, he sprinted away.
Don't run off.
Maybe you can fly, yeah. Those wings have to be used for something, right?
A new challenge.
Oh, there's a laser beam there. But it's out of range. Oh, nice.
Any instructions feels sad to leave
Can
the
they? I
traffic,
don't think so.
doesn't
I
it?
feel like we would have seen that happen already. They're just made of light.
Headed into the thick of it. Come on, let's pick up the pace.
That's a lot of guys. Oh, the slug's explosion does deal
Stay calm and
damage to people still.
no need to worry. I got to concentrate.
Wasn't sure if they
Calm,
did.
cowards, break the silence first. Deploying.
Paramilitary Defender starts with an additional 15 energy, but loses 1 energy per 10 seconds.
Any instructions for me? Any instructions? Kill like a shooting star. That's what they say. What do you need of my tune, you shadow? Don't come any closer.
Oh, we are on 1 speed. I didn't even realize. Okay, let's just Texas this guy. There we go. I must be seeing things. What's wrong? According to the results of the investigation, almost no part of the tower is intact. Everything's either damaged or ruined, and a lot of parts are flat out missing. It should have collapsed ages ago. Same over here. Almost all the spare parts are gone. Even the conveyor belt has been dismantled.
Yeah, caravan stops by Davistown once every 2 months. We have to trade for necessities and usually with defunct industrial equipment.
You call that a trade? More like robbing us blind. See that forklift? Hardly ever used and practically new. Well, at least 80% new. And do you know how much the traders offered for it? 10 boxes of canned food.
Well, we gotta eat.
By the looks of it, the plant is already in extreme disrepair, even before the accident.
We used to have a lot of used to have a lot of workers on the job, but now Miles is the only one left. It'd be great if he could keep things running on his own, but we'd need about 10 more of him.
Tell me about it. Wish I could split myself into 100 copies and put them to use right about now. This job's not as simple as the checklist makes it seem. If we don't play our cards right, we could be stuck here for a whole year. Have you thought about using robots?
Come on, don't say that. I was counting on that 200 grand after a week.
$200 grand's nothing. Land yourself a security job with a venture capitalist and Trimounts. I guarantee you'll earn a whole lot more than that. When my employer was satisfied with my services, he waved his hand and gave me $200 million, and I whispered in my ear, "Consider this an investment in you. You've earned it." Wow, that's...
Seriously, 200 million?
Laura is a 200 millionaire.
That kind of money, we could renovate all of Davistown.
I'm just messing with you. I once blew that much money on a little project at Blacksteel, though. Totally not worth it, by the way.
Stop dreaming, girl, and get back to work.
Yeah, I could take some of that. Oh, just so you know, old-timer, count yourself lucky when you can hear Laura go off on her random tangents. Her mind's always racing like while she's working, so she talks nonsense as a way to release the pressure. If she suddenly stops, it means...
It means what?
It means the problem's too big and her brain's too short-circuiting.
Gulps.
Okay, everyone, listen closely. Stop whatever you're doing and leave the energy tower back the way you came. Hurry. I mean now. That doesn't sound good. Sylvia, can you finish processing the bank statements before 9 tonight? No problem. Then I'll leave it to you. Okay. How long has the manager been talking with those two? The situation, the accountant does not look very optimistic. That is not a wise course of action. Wait, this gone. I think I heard something. A blackout. The energy tower? Sorry, something urgent came up. We'll need to confirm the situation first and explain things later. I don't mind. Go right ahead. Looks like the backup power is working. I was hoping we could clock out early because of the blackout. That's always nice. What's the rush? Not like there's anything to do after work. I've just about had it with this damn place. No bars, no nightclubs, just a tiny diner serving barely edible slop, and now even half-dead energy tower isn't working anymore. Hey Sylvia, why didn't your mother open up more restaurants when she was a mayor? Did she lose her sense of taste or what? Sylvia? What, did she slink away while the power was out? What? The plate, what's going on? Laura? Hello, Laura, do you copy? Laura? Woodrow?
Did something happen back in town?
I don't know, but things don't look so good, and so I'm heading back.
Give me a ride.
Okay.
Where are you, Jessica?
Captain, this guy, I haven't been able to get in touch with Laura. What's going on over there?
We were briefly able to make contact with her, but the signal is awful. All we know is that the emergency occurred during the repairs, but she isn't in any immediate danger for now.
But...
Don't panic, just worry about yourself and we'll meet up at Helena's diner, understood?
Got it.
Can you make this thing go any faster?
Sorry.
Stop crying. I'm asking you to speed up, not trying to bully you. Your captain just told you that Laura's not in any danger.
Well, not for now, but there's obviously a major problem with the energy tower, so if she doesn't evacuate in time...
Hypothetically, if she really did have an accident, how would you be rushing over to help at all?
I don't know. She's getting worse. I don't know what I have to. We're partners, so if I'm not here for her, who else would be?
Partners, huh? The roads around Davidstown ain't in great shape. So you best drive carefully, watch the turn up ahead.
Thanks for letting us wait here, ma'am. Don't you worry about it. The power's out anyhow. And it didn't matter who helps us with the emergency generator. You're here and the diner's that much warmer for it. Give me a holler if you need anything. That one of our squad members outside the window. Is that one of our squad members outside the window? Where's Laura? And the others?
Ugh, still inside the tower.
What exactly happened in there?
Laura suddenly told everyone to stop repairs and evacuate the tower ASAP. Once we were out, she asked all the infected members to stay behind and had everyone else, including Miles and Leon, get as far away as possible. Then she took these people back in and said that if she ain't out by 8, all residents on the plate need to evacuate immediately.
Could you confirm the exact situation?
She didn't say.
Can you try contacting Laura again?
Well, that won't work.
What about the others? We still got half a team in there. Enough of this, I'm heading over there myself. Sit down, Franca. Captain, you should know this better than me, even if there was an explosion. In there, it wouldn't be take out everyone's communicators all at once. The fact that we can't reach any of them probably means that a shit ton of active oranginium got released, which is jamming the comms. No matter how you slice it, this is an emergency, Liscom. And how would rushing over there accomplish? Don't forget that what she said. If we don't hear back from her by 8, we need to prepare to evacuate the entire plate. If we went with your plan and something really did happen, who's going to evacuate the residents? The government officials in the bank's garage? What, then we're going to let Laura and her team fend for themselves, while we just sit around? Don't let your concern for them cloud your judgment, Franca. I hate to bother you, but what time is it now? 5:57 p.m. Laura. Oh, it's you, Sylvia. What happened? You all look so intense. An accident occurred while we were repairing the power plant. But we still don't know the details. We're waiting for a follow-up report. No wonder the power went out. If there's anything I can do to help.
Yeah.
So, where are you going?
Heading out for a walk. This place is too damn stuffy.
I respect your courage, Sylvia, but what we need right now is patience. My mother, she was the second to last mayor here. She worked here all her life. But she got sick, and I had to get a job, so I joined the bank. I never meant to betray anyone. I didn't know what Mr. Theremin told you, but you have to believe me when I say I want to help. You seem to be misunderstanding something. Leon hasn't said anything about you. Really? Sorry for jumping to conclusions. If you're worried about the energy tower, then you can sit here with us and wait for the news. No, I still think... Fine, I'll wait here with you. If no one else has any objections, this is the plan we'll follow to carry out the evacuation if it comes to it. Thank you for the hard work, everyone. Frank and I will stand guard so the rest of you can take a breather for the time being. What time is it now, Captain Liscom? 7 on the dot. Only 1 hour left. I know. Are we really going to just sit here until 8? This is Jessica reporting in. I've returned to the squad. How's Laura doing? When are we heading out? If you're asking when we're leaving, that'd be 8 o'clock. If you're asking when we're sending backup, I'm not in the mood to argue a decision Voivra right now. Ask her yourself. Evacuation.
There's less than an hour left. You're sure you want to play the waiting game?
Excuse me, but who are you? This is a Woodrow, a local hunter.
You two know each other? I'm the one who took her back to town when she got lost outside. We bumped into each other just now, so she gave me a lift.
Well, thank you for helping her out, sir.
If something went wrong in the energy tower, why are you all just sitting around here?
We trust in our colleagues' ability to resolve the crisis. They're all professionals at handling Orangenium pollution.
Really now? Your deputy sure ain't as calm about the situation.
Sir, if an accident breaks out, then we need to be on standby to evacuate the residents immediately. And we can only do that by staying here.
Awfully generous of you to share all of that with an outsider. But I ain't one of your colleagues. If you're not going, I'll check it out myself.
That would be extremely dangerous.
Thanks for the tip.
Wait, Woodrow?
What's the matter?
I'll go with you. Jessica. Don't be rash. Have some faith in Laura, even if you went. I know, but even if there's nothing, not a whole lot I can do. She's still inside that tower. If she makes it out safely, the least I can do is be there with her for her with a hug. And if something were to happen, I'd have the chance to rush in there.
Alright then, let's get going, young lady.
Yeah? Laura! Move over, Jessica. I'm starving here. Don't go blocking the door to the diner. Reporting in, Captain Liskar. Mine and the rest of the squad have safely returned. Thank heaven you're all right. Laura. Yeah, in any case, the explosion caused a large amount of orangenium sediment to build up inside the plant's pipes, which is a critical situation that could have boiled over at a moment's notice. Of course, out of safety concerns, I ordered everyone outside first and tried to come up with a plan, but no matter what course of action we chose, there was not an insignificant chance of activating the sediment. Laura. Captain, please stop asking. No matter how much you ask, there's not much else I could do to fix things up on such short notice, but I did manage to find a way to preserve the plant's basic heating functionality, so at least people won't freeze to death. As for whether the plate can start moving again, I'll have to wait until... Laura, that's enough. Captain. This was really the best I could do. I'm so sorry. No, what I was trying to say is that what matters is that you brought everyone back safely. Oh, really? That's good then. Actually, I'm really hungry right now. Like, really hungry. Then let's go ahead and eat first. Eat as much as you want and get a good night's rest.
To drive them away with fire is easily done. But if we're to ensure they'll never come back to hurt us, then a fire is not enough.
Yeah, I don't look at the medals anyway. No problem there. I'm guessing this is all the bank's fault.
The bank is doing something to try and make some money off this place, and maybe are in league with the bandits, cause some problems at the power plant, I don't know. But everyone's in debt to the bank. And they're now effectively the government, so yeah. Corporations are always evil, just ask Honkai, just ask real life. We should be good for another one. Tricks. Sometimes issues are raised simply to prevent them from being resolved. Are you gonna take the loan from the bank? Have you lost your mind? What's your plan then, wise guy? How do you reckon we get to Trimounts in just a few days? This clinical trial is Tibby's last chance. I'll think of some other way. What other way? No way we're getting that kind of money without a loan. Right. Didn't we get health insurance for Tibby before? That should cover serious illness. What the hell do you think I was doing all day yesterday? I went to the bank to cash out on the insurance, but Tibby's illness wasn't covered at all. I'm begging you, please. Let's not jump straight to taking out a loan, okay? Just think about your sister. She only took a small loan, but it ruined her life. Remember how much she suffered until finally her entire family died on the way to the frontier. So calm down and let's think this through. There's gotta be another way. Why do I see this stuff every damn time I come to the bank? All the more reason for us to be here, and especially for us to attend this so-called welcoming party, Franca. If we don't witness these things with our own eyes, we'll forever remain left in the dark. Is Fort Barren going to tow Davison back to its original route all by itself? This request was made directly by the regional government. The outcome will affect Black Steel's image and credibility. We'll give this mission our all. Good to hear. We appreciate it. All part of the job. Would the two of you like beer or champagne? We're out in the sticks, so you may find our selection rather unsatisfactory. All I ask is that you bear with us. Unsatisfactory? You're too humble. Take a look, Captain. This beer has no label on the bottle, but it's just as good as any niche brand from a craft brewery. The champagne's also high-end. I must say, excellent taste. It's important to keep some luxuries on hand when you're stationed in a difficult area. We do have to keep up morale, after all. It's cranking up the thermostat so high that people also want to crack open an ice-cold beer, also part of keeping up morale. Well, yes, as we've noted, we do have a separate backup energy supply, which includes heating and electricity. Funny how no one seems to have this backup system. That would be due to the prescience of our first president during
the early planning and developmental phase, an important safety consideration. The services provided by a financial institution are somewhat unique. Large amounts of money flow in and out, and be it systems or research, is it always better to be more self-reliant? Presumably Black Steel built their safe house here in Davison out of the very same concerns. Isn't that right, Miss Franca? Oh, I'm fine with just a glass of water. I'll leave the beer to your employees to keep up morale. We've sent people back to Blacksteer HQ to report the repair status to Davison Power Plant. As the plant has not yet been restored to a state where it can provide support navigation, HQ will naturally try to formulate a new solution. Very well. We are very appreciative of your company's contributions to our town. However, until a solution is in place, we do have one humble request. What sort of request? We were hoping you could maintain law and order here. I'm sure you have already encountered bandits on the town's outskirts. They've caused us a substantial amount of damage. Even more troubling is the fact that a number of people living here are, to put it nicely, bandits themselves, so to put it less nicely, they're the Bandits' Reserve Army. We would be very grateful if you could clear them out of Davistown. Here's a list of our names. Yeah, so the bank's definitely... definitely the bad guys here. Over the past few days, we sent personnel to conduct security operations around the plate's perimeter. Based on their reports, I have little reason to believe that so many dangerous elements are operating here. There are people here with no money, yet are unwilling to put in the work to pay back their debts. How can you guarantee they won't resort to more desperate measures down the line? If you insist, we'll look into it. You'll look into it? Why must you verify it yourselves? You can't take us at our word. If our trust is so fragile that it's broken just by double-checking a list, then it wasn't worth much to begin with. Do as you please, then. But if you really want to check things, be sure to be thorough. How'd it go? Any developments on your end? Well, the target's already entered visual range. Seems like he's not the only one here. Is he working with someone? There seems to be someone from the plate. Woodrow, sir, is that possible? Anything's possible. When the government has here collapsed, many youngins with too much time on their hands formed gangs and started making trouble all over the place. But what do they hope to accomplish by colluding with the bandits out in the Barrens? Jessica, they're about to disperse. Should we arrest them? Well, what do you think, Woodrow? Wait and see. Now's not the time. Then, don't do anything for now. Record where they showed up and contact me if they show up here again. Alright, no problem. 1 second. Which direction did the bandits go? I'm gonna follow them and have a look. Well, they went southeast. Should I come with you? Nah, I can handle this myself. Head back for now. Jessica, is that gentleman someone from the plate? Yeah, he's been investigating these bandits on his own, so He should be able to help us out. I'm not sure how to break this to you, but I feel like you need a reminder. Getting cozy with the locals rarely works out well. Why is that? Because places like Davistown don't just go on like normal after getting reclaimed by the government. They've always got other plans on a docket, and when the time comes, the business, the infrastructure, even the residents will be replaced. Replaced? Then what happens to the original residents? Where do they go? I don't know how Blacksteel usually handles it, but with my last employer, we were only responsible for kicking them out. What happened afterwards was none of our business. But how could they not care? That's totally illegal. How could they just drive out all the locals? Oh, there's always an excuse when it comes to places like this on the verge of bankruptcy. Like bad debts, tax investigations, security concerns. Debts. Not just me, everyone here is left in debt. How do I put this? Well, I just give it to you straight. You asked about a guy who walked out into the snowfield earlier, right? It's probably because of his debts. That's the kind of stuff. That kind of stuff happens all the time around here. After being forced to bankruptcy, he had no choice but to. Jessica? Hey Jessica, what's gotten into you? I'm heading back first. That stubborn, good-for-nothing father of yours starting today? Ah? What nonsense are you spewing? Let go of me. Is that a child's voice? This brat sure knows how to whine. Guess he needs a gag and a good beating before he'll learn to follow us obediently. Stop right there, let go of him. And why should I? Who the hell are you? Help, they're trying to kidnap me. Don't make me repeat myself, let go of the kid. His father's in so much debt that even selling the boy off wouldn't pay it all back, so what if we kidnap him? Debt? Are you here to collect debts? Wait, don't tell me you're working for the bank. Mind your damn business. Now get out of here. Help. Someone save me. Shut your damn trap. Last warning, let the kid go and don't make any rash movements, otherwise my next bullet won't be a warning shot. Yeah, playing hardball, huh? Let's get out of here. No point in risking our lives over this damn brat. What's your name? Where do you live? I can take you back home. I'm Benny, and you can just leave me at the diner. My dad's there every night, so I can wait for him there. Is your dad Leon Theremin? How'd you know? I've met him. Oh, right. Those two people back there were talking about his debt. Were they debt collectors sent by the bank? At first, it was just collection letters. Then they started sending people to our house to cause trouble. My dad chased them out. And this time the bank probably wanted to use some force to use me to, or rather, yeah, the bank probably wanted to use me to force him to pay back. Well, that's clearly a crime. How could they commit crimes? Who's going to stop him? There's no police here. Can you show me your dad's bills? I might be able to help. Are you serious? His bills are something awful. Yeah, Jessica, aren't you rich?
I took a gander, and there ain't a whole lot of more we can do for the old tower this time around. I already told that Laura girl did a good job tidying things up and fixing what could be fixed, but you just had to come out here yourself. Just wanted to see if there's anything Black Steel missed that we could handle. What, you think they're gonna pay off your loans if you work overtime? I can dream, can't I? You're better off praying for gold backs to fall from the sky. I told you, your only lifeline at this point is selling off all the shares you've got in the mine. No. I knew you blew your life savings and took all loans to get those shares, but... Hell no. Let me ask you, how much debt is that payment from Blacksteel even gonna clear? I reckon it's nowhere close to even paying off the interest. How about this then? Help me with the plant maintenance. We'll be able to keep it running for the fuel that Blacksteel brought. I also happen to have a few days off. I'll pay you with the money Blacksteel gave me. And I'll buy you some time at the bank at least. No, Miles, you earned that money. Besides, how's that any different from just giving it away? Not like this. Not like that. Sounds to me like you got an excuse to say no to everything. Ain't gonna matter when you're bankrupt and the bank's stealing the shirt off your back. There's gotta be a way.
Here, yeah, electricity, security deposit, yeah, everything looks fine, and it's in within the range of what I can cover. What can you cover? How are you gonna pay off Leon's debt? If possible, yeah. Dad's more afraid of owing more favors than anything else. When my brother passed away, he couldn't even afford a funeral, and when people offered to lend him money, he said he didn't want to be treated like a beggar. So he ended up following Uncle Woodrow around outside, logging, hunting, fin catching. He worked so hard those 2 months that when he came back, his fingers were deformed. Yeah, and how much money did he make from all of that? About 2,000 or 3,000. He'll never pay back his debts like that. Wait, what? He's still one of the mine's shareholders. Ah, forget it. That mine shut down. He's had to pay all kinds of fuel fees, vacancy fees, and land management fees just to keep his shares, and he borrows piles of money from the bank every year to do it. That's practically an open wound they're bleeding him dry with. Even if I came in to help him, there's no way he'd be able to pay it off. If he doesn't dump those shares, he's gonna have nothing left. Not happening. Dad loves that mine more than anything. He'd never dump those shares even if we both got sent to the frontier for hard labor. Benny, don't talk about your father like that. And by the way, Jessica, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? Is something wrong? Leon's still a shareholder in the mine, so the bank's not likely to make him declare bankruptcy anytime soon. I saw someone trying to kidnap Benny today to force Leon to pay off his debts. Kidnapping? They can go after Leon all they want, but trying to kidnap a teenage boy? Have they no shame? Benny, you're staying with me from now on. When Leon finds out his kid's missing, I'll give him a piece of my mind and ask him what the hell he's doing as a father. No, don't tell him. I don't want him to worry. We've gone way past making him worry. He needs to know damn well the consequences of what he's doing. I still need to go home. Gah, how can such a stubborn asshole have a kid as sweet as you? In any case, if he's willing to sell his shares, then that, combined with some tax rebates and preferential policies he never touched, or noticed rather, should be enough to cover the debt. You sure? I can practically guarantee it. Alright, it sounds like he just needs a good reminder to stop messing around. It's finally over. So why is the main switch for the entire building located just 100 steps from the front entrance? Is this also some great prescience of the bank's founder? That's ridiculous. It doesn't make a lick of sense. One step, 2 steps, 3 steps. There's a desk 7 paces out, then make a left turn. 24, 25, 26. Oops, bumped into the lamp. 57, 58, 59, 100. What you up to, Sylvia? Excuse me. Can I help you? Is the bank still open? I'd like to take out a loan. Sylvia, get over here, Sylvia, quick. I'd like to borrow some money from the bank. Can I count on you to get me a slightly better interest rate? Oh, I should never have been so mean to you. What are you doing here? Wait, you? What are you doing here? I'm sorry, you two, but we're not open for business today. Seeing the couple stare at each other in silence, Sylvia bows her head and steps away from the bank's gates. The whole way back, the thick darkness that even the streetlights do not penetrate lingers with her, caressing her neck affectionately. Since her mother passed away, she's left the work the same way every day, just like this. $1,877, $1,878, and home. Mom, I'm home. She waits for a long time, but only silence greets her back. After a moment, she takes out her keys, opens the door, wipes the soles of her shoes on a doormat, and leaves the suffocating darkness in the street behind her.
A new challenge.
I'm headed into the thick of it.
Guess we should get an arts person for these guys.
Any instructions? Ah, losing sight.
This will keep you quiet. Moving to designated location.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, she's dead.
My respawn the instant I spot the movement.
Stay calm.
I'll be careful. See the light of my light will purge the vice.
Where do you wish to fight, Anne Dublin?
Professor? How's that? Mission accomplished.
Convincing Leon to sell the shares. Not happening, count me out.
Why aren't you two friends?
Sure, but it wouldn't be... But we wouldn't be if I forced him to do stuff like that. We've all tried talking him out about the shares, but the stubborn bastard won't listen.
Isn't there a way we... Is there really no way we can get through to him?
Nope.
And here I was thinking that if only you talked to him for me, but then...
And then what?
Then I'd give you this box of chocolates as a thank you.
Chocolates, huh?
The patisserie back home gave me these when I set out. Said I have something to chew on whenever my mouth was empty, and then now this is the last box. And I'm really, really reluctant to give this away, so since you don't want to, forget it. Don't you have a bullet to give this guy?
Hmm.
Did he just respond with a grunt? That's different. If you don't want to help, then no chocolate for you. That came out wrong. Okay, I confess. It was Helena who suggested I bring you chocolates. She said that you have a soft spot for them.
She told you to come to me, and here you are.
Leon's situation is looking really bad. I have to try everything I can, no matter what it takes.
Woodrow stares straight at Jessica, but doesn't notice.
Oh, because he's a Sancta, of course. Of course he has a soft spot for chocolate.
She's completely lost in her embarrassment and frustration. Her head droops as she furiously racks her brain to figure out how to navigate this conversation faster.
Yeah, sorry to keep pestering you. I'll head back for now and think of some other way myself.
Just leave the chocolates on the cabinet.
Yeah.
Give me a moment to pack up and wash my face. Then we're leaving.
He's agreeing to it, even though I totally blew my secret. Does he care about his image with Helena that much? Or is it the chocolates? Well, whatever, all that matters is that he agreed. The cabinet. Oh, is it this one? The drawer's open. So now you're gonna snoop, huh?
The objects in the old Sancta's drawer resembles him, simple and unadorned. A belt, a holster, a pair of fingerless gloves. Jessica sets the box of chocolates down and notices a few pieces of paper pressed beneath the gloves. Eroded by time, the pages have taken on a brittle yellow complexion. Jessica knows that she shouldn't look, but can't control her urges to sneak a peek.
Is this a photo of Woodrow and the boss? There's another Sancta too, and a piece of paper under the photo.
It's an identification document. The black ink is hard to make out on the brown parchment, and only a few words readily stand out. Camp Collis.
You done putting away the chocolates?
Oh, yes, by the way,
Then let's get going.
Lynn, your financial situation's in dire straits. If you drag your feet any longer, then when the bank declares you unable to repay your debts, you'll be forced to declare bankruptcy. At that point, you won't be able to save your shares or your house. If you insist on holding onto your shares, you'll be forced to sell off your house, and you won't even have a roof over your head.
Plenty of people have tried to talk me into selling my shares, but you're the first to make a good case for selling my house.
No, I'm not telling you to sell your house. I was just reminding you of the consequences. But if you don't mind, I can also, what I mean is, well, I have some money I can give you to help pay off your loans, even though it's a small amount.
What? Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need your charity.
No, I mean, I'd lend it to you. But I won't be charging any interest. You can just pay it back at your leisure whenever your financial situation is improved.
Look, Jessica, I'm a grown-ass man with both my hands and feet. I don't need a little girl half my age lecturing me on how to improve my life. I hope you never bring this up to me again.
Wait, Leon, whatever your name is, please, don't push me.
What, you're out here sipping tea, Woodrow? It's already gone cold, just take the girl with you and go.
Aren't you gonna say something, Woodrow? You agreed to this.
Did I?
Huh?
All I said was I'd come with you, so I did. Thanks for the chocolates, Jessica. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You can't do this. At this rate, Leon's gonna be left with nothing to his name.
So what? Try as you like. When you burn a wet piece of coal, all you get is a face full of ashes.
How could you?
Captain, are we seriously going to go through the entire list? How many doors have we knocked on so far? 14, other than the second household. Other than the second household, where the middle-aged man's son did in fact run off to join the bandits, the rest were all honest people guilty of nothing more than being unable to pay off their debts. The bank couldn't dig up any dirt on them, so they resorted to using us to run them out of town. Despicable. And this is number 15. We'll check just once more, and then... Wait, what's going on? Why are you sitting outside?
Oh, my head's spinning. Go outside in the cold, you crusty old fossil. Your headache will go away on its own.
Could he have been poisoned?
Lucky we found out in time, and we're both fine.
Ma'am, I thought the plate... It should have retained its basic heating function, so why...
After the old bank declared us bankrupt, they shut off all the heating into our house without sunlight. It gets even colder inside. Why else would anyone light their fireplace?
Coughing. A lot of coughing.
I'm back, Benny. What are you squatting in the front of the stove for? Get up already.
The charcoal today is especially waterlogged. I've been trying to light it for a while now, but I can't get it to burning at all.
Just look at all the soot on your face. You'd think you just crawled out of the mines. Hurry and wipe it off. It ain't a big deal if you can't get it burning. Just wait until I get back. Dad, don't tell me. You were in such a hurry this morning that you poured water directly into the stove. Hey, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Hand me the tongs, I'll do it. Ugh. You think I can't tell when you've lost in the sauce? Why are you blowing on it directly? Carl told me you can't light the stove, which is why he entrusted it to me before he left. Since when have you done it? What else did Carl tell you? Everything. About how you were so impatient you poured an entire pail of water into the stove to douse the flames. Not only did the coal get ruined, but the bread Helena baked became inedible. She was so mad she chewed your ear off. When did he tell you all of that? Who do you think left me alone back then? Huh. Left you on your own? You're one that... What are you talking about? How would you even remember anything about that when you're so little? All you did was sit in Woodrow's arms and hug his beard. I don't believe you. Who is it?
Sorry, it's me. All this smoke.
The stove's completely soaked on the inside. I've been trying to ignite the charcoal for a while now, but haven't had much luck. Give me a moment.
No problem, I can help out too. These pieces of charcoal are completely waterlogged. Can you swap them out?
This is all the charcoal we've got from the caravan.
Then, how about some firewood? We can put the broken pieces underneath to isolate the moisture, then lean any thin branches against the stove to light them on fire. Then you just need to add some firewood as necessary.
Wasn't black steel coming with supplies? Where are all those supplies?
Where did you learn all that? On the battlefield?
Why do you ask?
Aren't you a mercenary? It's done. Thanks for helping Benny light the stove, but you should leave now.
But I haven't said anything yet. I just don't understand. Why are you so stubborn about it?
Of course you wouldn't.
Then help me understand. I'll never give up if you just keep sending me away.
Jessica, I was abandoned here by my birth mother when I was just 4 years old. It was the miners who raised me. When I enlisted in the army, I was focused on learning blasting techniques so that I'd be able to help out in the mines. As soon as I was discharged, I came back and became a mining engineer. I was involved in the renovation and expansion of the mining tunnels below town. The factory above us, and even the power plant we repaired a few days ago.
The miners back then must have lived much better lives than they do now.
If you told me back then what Davistown would become, I'd have figured you were cursing me out.
True. Life can be unpredictable like that.
Later, I adopted my co-workers' kids, Benny and his brother Carl. And even later, the mine kept depreciating until all I could do was keep holding on to my shares no matter what. Like hell, I'd lose those damn stakeholders, take my, like hell, I'd let those damn stakeholders take my life's work and dump it for scraps.
No, but there's no way the mine's ever coming back.
Just stop ducking.
I'm serious here. If you keep holding onto your shares, the bank's going to force you to pay off your debts.
Get out of my house.
Please, Leon. Even if you kick me out, you're going to come face to face with the reality.
Alright, Benny, step out for a bit. You can stay at Auntie Elena's for the night. I'll come find you after Jessica and I finish talking.
Wait, you can't send Benny away.
Now you're trying to lecture me on how to be a parent?
Yesterday.
Just stop already, Jessica. Not another word.
Yesterday, some gangsters tried to hired by the bank went after your son.
Is that true, Benny?
Yes.
Leon's heart constricts as he looks at Benny's soot-stained face. Why? Why didn't you tell me anything?
Even if I did, what good would it do? Would you march up to the bank and make a scene? What would that even solve?
After seeing his child leave, the man who had been talking so confidently a moment ago immediately hunches his back and squats down by the stove. He picks up the tongs and carefully prods the firewood. Even though the flame is already burning brightly, a puff of black smoke still comes out and sends him into a fit of coughing. If I sell my shares in the mine, what'll I have left?
Well, at the very least, you won't leave Benny saddled with debt, and they won't take away your house.
First it was Carl, after Carl left it was Benny. Ever since I took on so much debt, I've been out working from sunup to sundown, leaving the kids at home to fend for themselves. They were in charge of keeping the stove lit, and they had to handle the finances, and Benny was nearly kidnapped. In the end, I couldn't pay off my debts or protect the people I wanted to protect. I'm a right bastard through and through.
Leon smacks the stove hard with the tongs, hard enough to cause sparks to fly.
I'd rather die than bow down to those savages at the bank. Just the thought of that they'd have the gall to kidnap Benny makes me want to blow the whole damn place to bits.
Leon.
You said earlier that I sell my remaining shares. I'll at least be able to keep the house for Benny.
Yeah.
But you sure did a number on my stove just to win me over. You aren't kidding when you said you'd do anything.
No, I didn't pour water in there. I wouldn't go that far.
Wait, if it wasn't you, then who?
Woodrow, what are you doing here?
Woodrow doesn't answer. He simply walks right up to the stove and sets down a heavy-looking box. Leon walks over and sees a box stuffed haphazardly with charcoal pieces. Consider it an apology.
Relax, Leon. The toes of your shoes are about to tear into the carpet.
Relax. That word has no place here.
I've prepared all the promissory documents and transfer contracts, so the bank should have nothing to say. Of course, Benny helped out a lot as well. The process shouldn't have to take very long. It will all go smoothly. Would you like me to get you some water?
Nah, I'm good. The fact that I can even stand here means I'm already mentally prepared to let it all go.
I'm really sorry about this.
Just leave me alone for a second. Now that I can single-handedly release them from those blood-sucking shareholders, with the swipe of a pen, I need a moment to myself so I can say goodbye.
Jessica. Sylvia. Yeah, so here's the deal. I took a sneak peek at the documents you prepared. Mr. Theremin's loan repayment is not within the scope of my job, but there are a number of issues with your reference data. The shares are overvalued, and there are some holes that don't add up in the end. You're still short by a considerable amount. I'd appreciate it if you could call him over for me, since there's no way I can face him. No, we're not gonna put that on him right now. I'll make a check out to the bank so you can keep it a secret from me, please. That much in one lump sum. It's not that big of a deal. Desperate times. But if Mr. Theremin found out, you know how prideful he can be. Which is why it's just between us. Nobody else needs to know, please, Sylvia. Okay. Then I can take another look at the documents. I only have the copies with me. That's good enough. There are still areas that could use some adjustment. And then there's the tax returns. Look, these are all the items that could have been written off. 30 bucks here, 75 there. There's also a rather large deduction here, a full 400. Adding everything up, it comes out to 1,329, though that's barely a fraction of the amount you have to make up for. You discovered all that just by casually thumbing through all the documents? This looks good enough. Then I'll directly report this and say that you filed a brand new application. Finally, that should take care of the weight around Leon's neck. But he's far from the only one. I need to pick up the pace before Fort Barren arrives. Every person I help has to count for something, right? Jessica, maybe you should have maybe you should have gone into finance. Well, manager, we can close Leon Thurman's case. He finally decided to sell his shares. That obstinate bastard set us back for years. It was also extremely rude when selling them, scolding us without some rather colorful language and calling us kidnappers and so forth. But what can he do other than run his mouth? Well then, how about we pay him a direct visit next time? No need to rush. I heard someone advanced the money for him, and now he's indeed debt-free. But once his shares are sold, there are plenty of others circling the mine, waiting for us to swoop in. Oh yeah, the black steel base. Forgot about that.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
BSW Safe House. Buy with parts, yeah. Sure. All right. That's it for today. Continue it the rest of the week. When is the
The fender chips don't come until Thursday? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess Jessica's not getting upgraded anytime soon. Oh well. Thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well. I'm not paying for chips. Don't be ridiculous.